What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are finally back with more Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition Expedition of the Damned campaign. I am your GM for the night, Jumbo Thick, joined by the full cast and crew of the expedition. We're all here. We've all made it back. It's been a couple months. I've had some personal stuff come up. Apologize for the late delay. But we're back, and we are going to get into this episode proper. Let's go ahead and do introductions again, since it's been a while, to remind everyone who we are and, and who we're playing. Let's start off with Jumbo Smooth.
Hi everyone, I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer, if you remember correctly. He is a pyromancer lord from Reichland. He has two servants. Well, it's not servants, apprentices. A slight slip there. It is Thilo and Berta, um, both uh, moderately acceptable apprentices, and we're at the gates of some grand city. I can't wait to see.
Indeed, indeed. Let's slide on down to Nate.
Everybody, Nate here. I'll be playing Lucien Levesque, human duelist, level 4, judicial champion, wielding mainly
Yes,
rapier
indeed.
and pistol,
Mhm.
and ready for the grand finale here.
Oh, accompanied by your trusty second,
That's right, Johanna,
Johanna
and
de
my
Vrie.
contingent of veteran infantry.
And Indeed,
yeah,
indeed.
we're marching into it.
Let's slide on over to the one and only Pierce Galactic.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's I, Pierce Galactic. I play Wolfgang Kisslers, everybody's favorite handgunner. Um, a simple man, just a very simple man. No aspirations. From the fine boutique province of Oslan, and traveled with the expedition until he saw, I don't know, treachery by Luther and other terrible sights. But fortunately, he was blessed by meeting some truly wonderful individuals. Agadine, Arkin, and now he's been able to lift himself out of the wretchedness and tyranny of the expedition, and is a new man. Maybe not a man so much, but more of some type of immortal almost.
An immortal, perhaps.
Mhm.
Let's slide on over to Sir Henry.
Hello! I will be playing Henry Barthold, a company commander of the warrior class of the career path of a knight. I believe I'm 19 years old now. 6'1" with white hair, blue eyes, human, of course.
Mostly.
And I've lost my background image, and that's what I've been trying to find this past
Down!
2 minutes.
That's okay. It's okay.
So carry on.
It's fitting. And last but not least, Dan Decker. The double D.
Hello, Dan Decker here, playing the one and only lovable North Ripper with his lead companion. He's got Roy Roast at his side, he does. And then Ogre, Man Eater, and has a penchant for the tasty treats of traders. So
Tasty
we'll
treats of traders, indeed.
Yeah. Crunchy they are. Go good with ketchup.
That's not foreboding at all. So let's get let's start cutting into this then. Last we left off, the crew of the expedition has finally, after months, years even of travel, have found themselves at the gates to the long-lost ancient city of Khazar. Khazar. That's how I'm going to say it. A relic of a long-forgotten empire of ancient Nehekara, where supposedly there is some kind of magical relic that a former pyromancer had been investigating that led you on this oh-so-long trail through Araby and now into the land of the dead. Hot on the trail of the warband of the Eyes of Change, led by the former Knight Commander of the expedition, as you are ultimately seeking the same objective. Upon arrival, you discovered that the city was being sieged, which was odd to begin with for something so long abandoned, until you realize that there are skeletal figures upon the walls. The gates have already been breached, and there's fighting between the two factions, which us as the players would know of as the long risen Nehekarans, known as the Tomb Kings to all of those in the know. To the rest of you, you have no idea who the hell they are or what's going on, only that they're undead. And they are vehemently opposing the Eyes of Change, and more than likely will oppose any trying to enter their necropolis. In addition to that, Wolfram's treachery, as Nog liked to put it,
I don't understand what you're talking about.
was revealed a few days in game time previous.
Master.
And his devotion to the Archlich Arkan the Black, a once devotee of Nagash. With that in mind, Wolfram, with his revelations put out all bared before everyone, has found succor with his master and has been hiding and biding his time, doing his master's will, currently arriving at the same time as the expedition, after Arkan did, in fact, propose an alliance that was ultimately rejected by all those present, besides Wolfram, obviously.
Salvation. He gave him one last chance at salvation.
He tried.
They threw it away.
They threw it away. And so now Arkan rides upon the hind heels of the expedition, and we'll have to see how that's going to play out in a moment. But you have these four factions, if you include your own, all about to be engrossed in a battle of the ages. As it begins to set up, you previously, through a very series of unfortunate rolls and bravado, and mostly just not wanting to give Wolfram any kind of benefit, lost all of your heavy weaponry. Unfortunate series of accidents right before the big climactic battle here. So you're without your artillery pieces. The only thing at your disposal are your militiamen, your Henry's Knights of Bretonnia, the Questy Knights, your more elite veteran infantry led by Lucien, and the leaders of the expedition yourselves, along with Nog's man-eaters. That is your full contingent of resources at the moment, as you've lost everything else. You do
what
have...
What happened to the priests? Are the priests with us?
They are... So, yes, he is part of your... So the priests are... They're with you. There was a lot of contention there towards the end, and we'll see how this plays out in the near future.
I thought those priests were actually pretty friendly with me.
There was a lot of...
I really tried to plant the
back and
seed
forth.
Yeah.
They didn't see him with Archon the Black?
No, they did not.
No, they did not.
They
I had a floppy hat. You couldn't see my face.
They came at the
still
end
suspicious
of
you.
Yes, they left.
Tried to kill me.
Seed planted. I remember I rolled a 1 on my charm.
Yes, you did.
So,
you did.
Yeah.
They left, and they did not see any of the foul relation. All they know is that Luther is a heretic and a chaos worshiper. In their mind,
he did heal me.
He did.
I had to come. I came to him after the fact.
It's true.
And had a little talk, and he did end up healing me. We also have Walter Kirsch, aka the Mongrel.
Yes, the Mongrel Beckhafen is still in your presence. He will be allowed to be used as a trump card at some point.
Okay.
So, those are what it's at your disposal. Wolfram, however, is you get something else entirely. We'll get to you in a moment.
Okay.
But
So
right
I'm with Arkan and Bragadine, so we're actually
yes, you are
in,
actually
right?
behind. You are behind the expedition.
Oh, that's great.
You
I'm a
come over a
teenager.
ridge line and you can see them kind of like in the valley below, marching forward. And
So I'm the hammer and the wall and the anvil.
as you
Okay.
look to the left and right, Wolfram, you see that there has been an array, a mass of undead have been sallied forth by the mighty Arkan the Black, mostly composed of skeletal foot soldiers and what appears to be some very veteran, more heavily armored, what would be known as grave guard, Wolfram. Elite skeletal foot soldiers, as well as two more supplemental parts of this army. That being your possible boon, Wolfram, as Bragadine comes to you and says, "The Master wishes for you to lead one of these two units into battle." He motions towards either a full regiment of knights wearing red armor on black steeds, all vampires, blood knights, one might call them, or he motions to what appears to be a menagerie of these twisted, large, very pale winged creatures that you would know as Vargeists.
Do I have any way of traveling by air? I mean, I could tow the Vargeists.
If you
go with them,
you can. If you choose to lead the Vargeists, they will fall under your control. They will be bound to you, and they will follow your every whim. And you could have one carry you in its talent like claws and fly you anywhere you'd like to be.
well, then I think we decided that. We're gonna have to go with that. I mean,
Okay.
I don't have armor. I shoot. I would just get in the way of the Blood Knights.
Exactly.
We need to let
Bragadine.
them drive into the back of the militia. I mean, into the Chaos Warriors. Well, the elite troops slide by. Exactly. Yeah, that's.
Bragadine looks towards you, Wolfram. Peasant's choice. As he saddles up on one of the nearby horses and leads the regiment of Blood Knights himself.
No, what did you just get out there? That's what you said.
French, bro. French.
You think
it's from the French. As that happens, Arkan motions, and you hear almost kind of like a voice in your head, as you have almost a strange connection with your newfound master, Wolfram. You hear, "Do not harry the mortals. Do not aid them either. Simply push towards the pyramid. We must breach the necropolis before all others." And you see off in the distance, and the expedition, you can also see this as well, there's a massive central pyramid that is still relatively intact at the very center of this this long dead city. And the pyramid of Khazar is there ripe for the taking, and what all secrets may or may not lie within. So with that, we are going to get into some combat. All right, I'm gonna do some rolls here. So I need all of you guys to roll for initiative, and I'm gonna roll for each faction real quick. Roll a d4. Let's do the expedition.
Initiative is D10 plus initiative.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, that's awesome. As low as it could possibly be.
It's,
The Eyes of Change. Again. The forces of Arcan, the undead horde. And I guess they're going to go first. All right. Okay. So
do you need to get? You need our numbers or?
Yes. So initiative from you. Let's start with who's it first? Let's start with Luther. What'd you get, Luther?
7.
We got a 7. All right, Lucien.
9.
A 9 from Lucien. Should have expected that. Wolfram.
6. Rolled a
6.
1.
6 from Wolfram. Unfortunate. Henry.
Right now it's an 8.
An 8 from Henry. Okay. And Nog.
You're no got a 4,
A 4. Okay. Nog
which is good. It's as high as I can count.
All right. Okay. So I rolled for each faction. So this is a massive battle. So it's gonna be kind of a little complicated. So in faction initiative order, we have the Defenders of Khazar, the Tomb Kings. Then we have the Eyes of Change. Then the Expedition. And then the Horde of Arcan. All right. So, first things first. The skeletal defenders, the Tomb Kings. The gates have been blown open by the Eyes of Change. You see the flying discs and demons flying about, the ones that are capable of flight, trying to fly as quickly as they can. Meanwhile, there are more footbound mortal followers, along with the screamers and flamers of Tzeentch and all the other demonic hosts that they are bringing to bear, as well as what appears to be several chaos giants, heavily mutated and warped, that they have picked up at some point, at somewhere. All of them marching forward as quickly as they can. You can see like the skeletal defenders being smashed aside. These bleached white bones wearing armor that is, even from this distance, it seems of like an older make. Very ancient and weathered, though probably well maintained. As you watch the battle unfolding before you, all of you in the expedition that is, you see what appears to be almost like a rumbling that comes from the right and left flank of the Chaos Horde. As you watch as gigantic scorpions burst from each flank. However, they do not appear to be natural. They appear to be made of stone and some kind of construct of some kind. As these gargantuan scorpions burst from the sands that were once inanimate before, they start cleaving in to the Chaos Horde. As you watch as you see 4 of them, they start going in and just start laying waste to many of the mortal followers on the flanks that were too close at hand. And the Eyes of Tzeentch their forces are now split between moving in to the actual city itself, encroaching the pyramid, and fighting off these new constructs. Those of you looking for the leader of the warband would notice him on his disc, as well as a full contingent of former knights also riding these screaming discs, these demonic steeds, as they are flying deep over the wall, unhindered by anything so far. You watch as 2 of the 3 Chaos Giants peel off and begin to approach the right flank to try to deal with the new threat. And that is going to be it for the Tomb Kings. Onto the Eyes of Change. Let's see what I've got from them. Okay. A full unit of flamers approaches the left flank. And they just begin to douse the constructs and the ever-changing flames, the blue flames of Tzeentch. As the fire licks around the construct's hardened carapace, you watch as it crackles and begins to warp and change. The magic's tethering it together, completely deconstructing them and turning them into piles of inanimate goo, as the left flank is completely fallen in its entirety. What's more, one of the remaining Chaos Giants turns around and, directed by a few of the smaller fellows below, you see more of the Eyes of Change knights, the Knights of Tzeentch, on foot, are directing it, and they point back towards the expedition that is approaching from behind. And a massive boulder is going to be thrown in your direction. Make sure I've got my stats all lined up. I lost my giant. One moment. There he is. There's my giant. Let's see if he throws it towards anybody. Let's see. We've got 4 of you, and I've got a D4 here. It goes towards Luther. Yes. Luther, are you riding? So, Luther, are you on your horse or are you on your construct?
He's going to be on the ground in a minute.
Well,
possible.
I probably on my horse, Felicity.
Okay.
And then a construct's probably somewhere close to me.
Okay, if you're on your horse, it's going to be harder for him to hit you because you're a much smaller target. So, okay, let me roll for it. God damn it. Rolled 100. that's a critical fail on the first attack. Damn it, man. Okay, let's pull up the old screen here. Haven't done this in a while. Let's see what we got for fumbles here.
I'll be like pulled the muscle or something like that. We can't do it again.
He picks up like just a massive rock. He's just like on just a piece of the ground. He rips free of the nearby sands. More like probably like a part of like some ancient temple or something. Some glue went out here. And as he goes to throw it, I guess he loses concentration. And as he throws it, he actually lets go kind of like mid-toss, and it kind of goes straight up and then smashes on top of his own head. He takes 1 point of damage, which is not much for him, but he takes some damage. He's like, or just kind of looks pissed, looking around at what hit him because he has no idea what happened. Because he is very dumb. Very dumb looking at his stats. All right, that is going to be it for the Eyes of Change. We are now at the expedition. How are we moving forward, gentlemen? What is going to be our objectives, and how are we going to press forward? You can decide what we're doing with the army, like cumulative, all of you, and then we will go into individual turns once we decide on what positions we're taking.
It's game plan, boys.
What's the game plan?
I mean, I would assume we're trying to take the Chaos Knights from the rear.
All right.
Yeah. A question, we might not even see him. Do we even know that Arkad's behind us?
One of you can give me a perception check. Perception.
Mine is a. Where is it?
Everyone makes a
62.
perception.
Oh, there. Here's a 62.
Yeah,
Mine's 65.
go for it.
All right.
Oh yeah. Not me.
We can see the pyramid, right? We're not at the pyramid.
You can see the pyramid. The pyramid is within the city itself,
Okay.
behind the walls. Now the walls are, I mean, they're in okay shape, but the main central gate has just been blown inwards by the Chaos Horde. Unfortunately, the Chaos Horde is in between you and the city. It looks like they're funneling themselves in through that gap.
Okay.
But Luther got a 53. Luther,
Yeah.
you do notice as
One success.
you do notice that you just feel something, Luther, like a twinge of magic probably in the air. And you look behind you and you see a massive array of undead, very much different from those within the city itself, lined up from behind, as you spy a figure. Wolfram, in fact, being held aloft by a massive creature, and its talons are gripped into his shoulders, flying him, along with what appears to be somewhere around a dozen or so of these large creatures flying ahead. And you do, in fact, see red-clad vampiric knights cresting over the hill, and you assume many more forces are being arrayed behind you.
Neither does have a sixth sense for these things.
Thank
He
you.
does. He
Thank
does
you,
have a sixth
Lucian,
sense.
I do. Are my apprentices with me as well?
Yes. Berta
And Thilo.
Thilo. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so we at least see the. So we know we at least see.
You do see them.
Okay. I'll point it out to. I'm sure other people have seen it at this point. So. Did we get a sense like how quickly they can get into our back lines, or is it like hard to tell?
You can
There's a lot of
assume
questions.
that the Blood Knights are probably move quickly. There's no doubt in your mind that the large flying Vargeist can hit you at any point that they want to. They move too fast, and there's no way to slow them down really.
Okay.
So they can get into whoever they want to.
All right. All right. I mean, I guess we just attack the Chaos Knights and try to deal with.
So you're turning?
I'm assuming we have to probably the people who are the biggest at currently of getting into the city would be the Chaos Knights, even though personal vengeance would not use it terrible. But all for the greater good.
If that is our battle plan, we'll move into the actual turn order. So first up will be Lucien. Now we're going to be taking this as overall battle. I have a score for each faction that at some point their armies will break down. Right now, the Chaos forces outside of the city have taken a decent hit, and so have the Tomb King defenders. As you move to press in towards the remnants of the Chaos Horde behind, Lucien, you are leading the charge. It's up to you if you would like to do something specific with your men, or if you would like to take a more personal touch.
So we have some Chaos Giants.
There is a single Chaos Giant.
Chaos Giant.
The other ones are embattled with two of the Construct Scorpions.
Gotcha.
There's the one giant, and then you have like a bunch of knights, or not really knights. They're Chaos Knights on foot.
Yeah, I think my my troops would be best suited against the warriors.
Exactly.
So I'd probably lead a charge in there.
Okay.
Take a shot with my pistol on the way in.
To the Chaos Warriors. All right, so let me pull them up real quick. There we are. Got my warriors. All right. So Lucien, leading the charge, going to take a more personal touch into this. Johanna is next to you, Lucien. I'm with you. As you charge in, go ahead and give me a shot with the pistol as you're running.
Incredible. It's a fail.
Fail?
Yeah.
I will say these particular warriors have large shields anyway, and they are actually capable of weathering incoming fire. They actually get to oppose the tests because they have like tower shields. So.
Oh, interesting.
Regardless, they would have had a chance to defend against that anyway. So, the shot goes wide, Lucien, as you rally the men to charge forward. Johanna's at your side, your trusty second. The men charge inward, and they break ineffectually against the wall of steel as they just kind of clatter against it, dealing no significant damage, but also not losing any men in the process yet. And that will bring us to Henry and his questing knights.
Yes. Charging in.
Okay, who are you charging, Henry?
I assume it's the Chaos Knights, I believe. They're in the way.
Okay, yeah, now your foot soldiers just ran in. They've kind of hemmed him up. You want to try to get around and like flank him from the side, maybe?
If possible, yes. I know there's scorpions somewhere.
There are. Now, they've been melted on one side. There are flamers over there as well. Then you have the rabble chaos horde of like mutants and cultists and shit in between. But all right, so you move around to flank into the chaos warriors on foot. As of note, there's also a chaos giant nearby.
Yes.
Just so you remember.
Yes.
So Henry,
it's not a problem.
Going to attack then. Give me a charge roll. They are on foot, so you do get your nightly bonuses if you can hit.
It's just my weapon skill, I believe. Correct.
Or
is it a ride test?
It's your weapon skill with a lance. You do get a +10 for the charge.
Okay. Oh! It's an 8.
It's an 8. That is certainly going to hit. Let's see how my wall of knights do. As some of them turn, seeing the flank come in, seeing the veteran troops as the distraction they were. Lucien's plan all along. And they fail miserably on the charge, Henry. How much damage can you do on the charge?
That will be... So it's strength bonus +7, so it would be 15.
You get to, because they're on foot, you get to double your strength bonus. Because you count as a large creature when you smash into them.
So my strength's 61, so would it be like 120?
Yeah, you just double the bonus, so it goes from 6 to 12. So 12 for just the strength, then whatever your weapon, and then your success levels.
Oh my god, it's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. Are you using your lance or are you using the hammer?
I'm using the lance.
The lance, okay.
Alright, so it's 12 +7
Wait,
plus...
don't you have, you don't have it, well, you have to roll a 10, I think, never mind. Don't you have impale or something on that?
I have to, I'm calculating the impact damage.
Okay,
well.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, my strength bonus is 12, +7. plus another 8.
Mhm.
And then I had 7 success levels.
Holy shit. What is that? Like
That in the 30s, maybe?
34.
34.
34 damage, Henry. As you just full on impale a knight. It goes the shield. It goes past the shield straight through the chest. Ah! And you kind of like pick him up, like dangle him on your lance. As you just keep riding forward, trampling another one in the process. The questing knights do extremely well with their gigantic Zweihanders, and they are cleaving through these knights like they are nothing. All the warriors on foot are just being smashed apart, so much so that they break. And Lucien's men are quickly able to fall on them in short order, and the entire rear flank of the horde is destroyed in one fell swoop.
Yes.
Well done. Well done indeed. That brings me to the mighty Luther. So Steinhauer.
Seeing the battlefield. I am going to instruct Ignis to guard me. Ignis. And I will then instruct Philo and Berta. Keep as many of them off of me as you can. As you are not doing something like that, I expect you to be stoking fires. Stay close to me and you may live.
Berta says, "No one shall touch you, my lord."
Thank you, Berta.
Philo just begins to gather some coals.
Good man, Philo. Good man. All right. I am going to try to go for a cast, I think, actually, at the very beginning here.
Oh, yes, for you. You have a plus 20 to cast in this vicinity. As the area is saturated with chaotic magic. Should you roll a miscast, you will be rolling on the miscast table no matter what.
Okay.
But you do get a plus 20 to all your rolls. So.
Okay. Here we go. That's pretty good. That's a 10.
Damn.
So.
Critical. Success.
I am. That's.
Is it? No, it wouldn't be critical for you.
No, it's not critical for me now.
Yeah.
It's
still a lot though.
2. Oh wow. Okay. Let me look at my table.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Always.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Dome.
Dome. Okay.
Dome.
All right. I didn't know you had a dome, but sure.
I have a dome. I've never used it before. It took it a long time ago, after getting shot by Skaven.
I have to believe you. I have to believe that you took it.
I took it a long time ago. I've had it forever.
I've always had this. I've always had these extra spells.
I'll vouch for that.
It's been for a long time. I talked to Lucy about it all the time. Like, I gotta get this dome because
I heard shot about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Cast Dome. I'm gonna upcast it.
Okay.
I'm gonna double its range and double its duration.
Okay.
Double its AOE. So, it does this. There we go. Dome. I create a dome of magical energy overhead, blocking incoming attacks. Anyone within the area effect gains the ward 6 creature trait.
Okay.
Against magical or ranged attacks originating outside the dome.
All right.
Those within may attack out of the dome as normal, and the dome does not impede movement. So it's just going to be like a warded area, kind of, for me and anyone that's close to me. I don't know who's currently close to me. Maybe some of the commanders or whoever.
Okay,
But
that's fair.
whoever's close to me would be within yards. That would be. That's pretty. 50 yards.
Dear Lord.
No, sorry, that's warfare bonus. That'd be 5.
Okay, 5 yards. That's more.
5 yards.
15 feet. Okay.
Oh, it's doubled, so it'd be
30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah. 30 feet.
30-foot dome. It's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie. It's
impressive dome.
It's impressive dome.
Is it
Okay.
stationary?
With me. Follows me.
It just stays on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good for Luther, I guess. I guess he can't be shot, Wolfram. I wonder why he did that.
I can be shot. It's still impossible. I just have a ward.
I believe it's a 6-up, so I mean, there's a 40% chance that my shot won't hit. But not that I was going to shoot. I didn't mean I was going to shoot, but I wasn't trying to fly. But that's a.
That's true.
Let's just see how the dice roll.
Let's.
He just tried to throw a boulder.
Let's.
Yeah.
All right. So that's gonna be it for Luther. Wolfram, since you are leading the Vargeist, you get to take your turn now. And
What about Nog?
Nog is last.
Okay. So is it a devil's dozen? It's the one that's carrying me, and then a dozen more. So it's 13 of us.
Yes.
That's awesome. Is there anybody around those two right now?
Luther. Yeah, I mean Luther's in the middle.
Or like the coward he is, he's still at the back. I mean, is he up?
Luther,
like where Brave Henry is. And...
Now Henry and Lucian have pushed forward.
That's because those are real men. I mean, those are not Luthers. They're not sorcerers. I mean,
Luther does
they
have
fight.
his big construct next to him,
hides behind it,
as well as his apprentices, and more than likely.
Where's the chaos leader?
You see him flying further ahead. It looks like he's making
he's making over the pyramid too.
Yeah, he's making a beeline for the pyramid. He's left his troops behind. It's just him and his flying
How many
knights. And it looks like there are 12 knights.
We're gonna find out. I just looked at the stats of our guys, and they're pretty beefy. So we're gonna see if we can match. My master gave me an order, and I would like to move at speed.
Okay.
Towards the pyramid.
Okay.
How far away from me is the commander, the warlord?
Let's do a roll for movement. The Vargeists are fast.
Okay.
The discs are also unnaturally fast.
I believe they are.
Let's do a. Oh man, how do we want to do this? It's your
because
will.
I'm trying to see if I can get a shot off of something.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to close the distance for a shot for sure. Trying to see how much movement you can get out of them. I want you to make a test of some kind. Let me see how we're gonna do.
We can do a ride test. I mean, I don't have like a fine ride.
I know.
But
I know.
He's really kind of holding me.
I was gonna allow you to use kind of like a willpower situation, which would be. You could do leadership, or you could do like a let's see here. What else do we got?
Charm animal.
There's charm animal. I'm sure you have no points in that.
I have no points in that. I mean, it's still okay, but it's on the negative, not on the top. Of the,
how's your leadership?
It's okay. It's 58.
Okay. Would you
My
rather?
ride is super good.
You'd rather do ride?
Oh, I'd rather do ride.
Okay, that's fine. Do make a ride roll then. They're connected with you, so it's kind of.
I mean, we're all drinking the juice, so I mean, we're all on the same team. So, quite literally, with me, I think. All right, so we'll see if I can get Gumful and while he's carrying me across the. All right, that is 3 levels of success.
3 levels of success for Wolfram. With 3 levels of success, you're going to be able to move the equivalent of like 2 zones. So you're almost you are pulling up behind them quickly, well within range for you to use your handgun.
Okay. Is there any? I know the Warlord's going to be like a boss, a mini boss. I don't think I can one shot him, even with the resilient points.
Okay.
So probably the closest one.
Okay, one of the disc riders.
Yeah. Let's use that handgun.
Okay.
And
I will say there will be penalties, Wolfram.
we're flying fast.
You're flying, so you're looking at a -20 for flying.
Okay.
Then the nature of them flying on their discs as well, you're looking at another -10, so that you're going to be a -30 for the shot.
All right. So I'm not going to call my shot. I'm just going to try for that.
Just try for a shot.
Yeah, it's a 2 in 3 chance. So let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right. Okay. I'm lining up, trying to get my shoulders to the main hill like this, and let's see if. Oh my goodness gracious! You know what that is?
That's a
I'm not frowning.
success.
I'm smiling. So
55
right.
critical success.
That's a critical one level, but it's critical, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So let me. How many tens of points of damage this be here? Don't forget, only metal armor works. I go through the first 2 points of armor.
Yes.
I got it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it'll be.
Before you factor in all the damage, Wolfram, roll me a d10. On an 8 up. They have an 8 up. They have an 8+ ward.
They got a ward? Okay. Oh.
They're good. It goes through. It goes through. Okay. So
my
go ahead.
demigod is stronger than their demigod. So.
Go ahead and
okay.
let's see the damage.
What is it? It's 12.
If it's not enough to outright kill one, we'll run on the crit table, and you might.
Is it just 1 point of damage then? Because it's just 1 level of success on that. Just 1 point of damage from that. I don't think there's any.
Do you have? Does the handgun have anything else?
I get other stuff, but I'm just for the success level. It's just 1 level of success, but it's critical, so they're going to take a critical injury.
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of damage. It is 14 wounds.
14 wounds. Okay.
But again, the first.
Yeah. Now roll another d100, and we'll see where it hits.
Yeah. Two armor points were ignored.
Yeah.
5.
A 5. So that's a headshot.
That's where it's supposed to go.
Roll me another d100, and we'll see. I mean, this could be like you might knock one out of the sky. So.
That's what I want to do, actually. So I know the fans, the viewers want that to happen too. Wasted though.
That's wasted. A 1 is actually not good on the crit table.
Yeah. I needed that for when I faced off against Lucer.
All right, the knight you hit is bleeding. He takes a shot to the head, clips off some of the armor. You watch as it kind of like shifts a little bit, and you do see some like purplish fluid spray out from the wound and just begin to just like flutter behind it as it's moving quickly, and it is wounded, Wolfram.
Okay. That is.
All right, that's going to be Wolfram's turn then, as he's in hot pursuit of his ultimate objective. That'll bring me now to the mighty Nog. What is the Nog going to do?
Oh, he's gonna smash it.
What are you going to smash?
Give me a target. Not sure what's going on around here.
There is the Chaos Giant. It is close.
Oh.
You and your man-eaters going for the giant, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
We shall. Is Rory safe? He needs to be safe.
Rory is on your shoulders, Nog.
As he's always safe.
We got this, sir!
That's right, we do, Rory.
He begins to light up a rumster.
Yeah, he does. I am going to be step into the giant.
Okay.
I'll use my centaur. We'll go in for a melee basic.
Going in.
Yep.
Going in. Gonna slice at its leg.
Oh, we are about to. How much bigger is he than me?
So giants are considered. I want to say... gigantic, but we'll see. It might be huge. Yeah, they're
gigantic.
They're considered monstrous, which is 2 sizes bigger than you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Well, so here we go. We're going in for my first swing. That's a 46 under a 90 with a Rory for an extra level of success.
Okay, then. Let's roll for his defense roll. He fails miserably. He's a giant. So how much damage is that going to be, Nog?
Remind me how I calculate that. That is my strength bonus.
Your strength bonus plus your weapons damage bonus
skill.
Plus your success levels. And if your weapon has any other benefits that kick in, it should say.
Damaging and bleed.
It has damaging?
So strength bonus, yeah.
With damaging, you rolled, how many success levels did you have, Nog?
5.
That would have been 5, yeah.
So with damaging, you can choose 6. You can choose the second number instead of what you rolled. So you can do 6 levels of success for the damage.
Nice. So that's strength bonus plus 5 plus damage. I think it's an 11. Yeah, I start with an 11, and so plus 6, so 17.
17, yeah. Unfortunately, you don't get to double your strength because it's bigger than you,
I know,
Nog. It never happens.
Yeah, but I do have momentum.
As you cleave into its ankle.
Wow.
You want to roll for Rory here for his now Rory gets a plus 40 to his roll with the rumster because it's a really easy target to hit.
It's a really easy target. Yeah, we're gonna light him on fire.
Roll a D100. You're looking to get under a 70.
Oh, come on, Rory. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, it's a 31.
He's got it. Rory goes, good job, Master Nog. He can't miss. He's huge.
Yeah.
What was it?
Broadside of a barn, sir.
Lights on. The rumster hits around the loincloth, lights it on fire. Giant's dick is burning right now. Yeah.
Hey, Rory, you toasting these? Yeah, sir, toasting these nuts. I gotta say, Nog, for the first time, I think, in the entire expedition, knows what it feels like to be the other person.
That's true.
I don't think I may have fought another giant once. I think I've definitely been outnumbered, but I don't know if I've been outsized.
You've been outsized once before. It didn't go well.
Yeah,
but we'll see how this one goes. This one might be different. Mostly because your man-eaters are coming in afterwards.
Yeah. As they know how to follow.
Did you have 12 man-eaters?
I believe I did.
I think you did. I think you had 12.
I had a pretty good.
Yeah, you had a good size. All right. I rolled exceptionally well for the man-eaters on this. And they do a lot of damage, actually. As the man-eaters come in with their large weapons and begin to surround the giant and beat the living hell out of it. His legs, and he goes down to one knee. They're just beating him down. Not enough to kill him, but enough that
But he is occupied.
In a single round, the giant is heavily wounded, it has 92 wounds, and it's pretty low already. So, yeah, okay, there we go.
Rory, come through. Good job, Rory.
All right, and that is going to be it for Nog's turn. Now, Arcan's forces, the Horde of Arcan, is going to move forward, as they do. The Blood Knights begin to ride towards the expedition, and they turn at the last moment, diverting themselves past the expedition into the chaotic horde before you, slamming in and just cleaving a bloody path towards the gate. And they never lose momentum. They just keep moving, just smashing. And there's almost like a red carpet being leveled behind them of death and destruction. Meanwhile, the Grave Guard and the Skeletal Forces, much slower, are moving in behind the expedition, with Arcan floating behind them. And that is going to be it for the first round of battle. That brings us to the second round. I'm going to do a check real fast for each army. Tombkins are fine. The Eyes of Change are wavering. The expedition is doing great. Arcan's Horde, no surprise, doing fantastic right now. All right. The Defenders of Khazar. Let's see what they get now. Yes, yes indeed. Wolfram, as you are closing in on the Disc Riders, you see something. You see shapes begin to emerge from the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
From the bottom of the pyramid, you watch as these large, almost statuesque things come walking out, and they each have like the head of like a jackal or some kind of animal.
Are they same thing that I saw when I was in like the ruins with the gold?
Except where the previous Ushapti you came across were holding large sickle-like weapons. These ones have 12-foot great bows. And they each have what looks like a small ballista bolt as they pull them into the bows and begin to aim upwards towards the incoming threats.
You give it and you take it away.
The immediate threats are you and the knights as they loose a volley.
Every boon has a hidden cost.
I'm gonna shoot for the knights first. That hits. How many of them hit? 6 of them.
Blood Knights or Chaos Knights?
These are the Disc Riders, the Chaos Knights. And I need to roll their ward real quick. Nope, the ward fails. So you watch as 6 of the large knights are hit with what is essentially the power of a ballista. Just smashed off of their disc, some of them piercing through the disc, destroying it as the knights plummet hundreds of feet to the ground, smashing and dying. 6 of the Chaos Knights are dead in a single volley. Shots towards the mighty Wolfram here. Wolfram, because of your mount, you are allowed to make a dodge roll with a penalty. It is going to be a -40 penalty to this dodge roll.
That's severe. All right. How many? Just one roll, or how many hits?
Just make one roll.
Okay. All right. Don't do it. Cat's about to attack me, guys. Sorry. That's 34. What I just did.
34.
Yeah, hold on. Let me tell you how many of those success. So I had a penalty of 40.
Yes.
So I had 2 success levels.
2 levels of success. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wolfram, you managed to dodge a ballista bolt. Just a mighty great bolt just flings past you. This is like a 8-foot piece of ammunition just flies past you. Like, ah! However, 5 Vargeists are skewered and fall and die immediately. Just fall down and fall from your entourage.
How many Chaos Knights are still like? Did you knock any of them out?
Yeah, 6 of them died instantly.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood that.
There's only 6 of them left.
6 of us. Okay.
One of them being wounded, and then of course the former Lord himself is also with them. So that is the initial boon that the Tombkins get. Let's see how the fighting in the courtyard is going. Poorly. for the skeletal foot soldiers, not doing well. What about the scorpions? Also not good. The defenders of Khazar are not doing so well right now. They might be overrun within moments. That brings us to the Eyes of Change. Our Sorceress Lord and Savior. Master Helwig, the Eternal Gaze, is going to look down towards the immediate threat. He's going to open his hand. And you watch Wolfram as his hand splits open from the palm all the way up his arm to the elbow and forms like a gigantic maw-like mouth. And a gout of some of the brightest purplish flame is unleashed downwards towards the Ushabti and utterly annihilates them in a single volley as they are turned into molten rock and just melt away as he descends quickly. Him and his remaining disc riders descend quickly towards the opening at the base of the pyramid. Meanwhile, the giant is going to try to smack Nog with all his might. Nog, you need to roll a defensive roll, and by defensive roll I mean a dodge roll, because you can't block this.
I can't do anything but dodge. All right, let me find my dodge. That's what I'm going for. Under. It's gonna be a hard one. Because I do be lumbering. Every day I be lumbering.
Well, I have 2 degrees of failure, Nog, so...
Well, I have 5, 3, 2. Also, well, no, with Roy, that's 2 degrees of failure.
2 degrees of failure from Nog.
Yeah.
In the event of a tie, I always give it to the player. You pass, Nog.
Just barely.
By the skin.
Roy blew on the fire on his loincloth.
Yes, by the skin of your belly, Nog. Your gut plates just, it kind of breezes past you. Whoa! Let's see how your man-eaters do. Not so well.
Oh, no.
Nog.
We got man-eaters down.
The giant does extreme damage when he connects with the club. So much so that 5 man-eaters are just pulped in a single strike because I rolled a critical for his attack.
That's awesome. Yeah.
He misses you, Nog, and just with the full swing just cleaves 11 man-eaters just pulped and just fly away in a feat of extreme.
That's all of them. That's all of mine.
It's not all of them. You got plenty more.
No, you said 12. You said 11.
You said 12. Only 5 man-eaters get hit. Not all.
So I have 6 more. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh!
Maw giveth, the Maw taketh away.
I'll take it. But that's it for them, because everything else has been destroyed. Which brings me into the expedition. Alright. Are we sticking... What is the current battle plan for the expedition? As Luther, you see that Nazaro says, Luther! What do we do? Nog is embattled with that thing. Or should we push into the gate? There is a path.
There's a path for us to push forward.
Well, the Blood Knights just like carved a path. Now there's still a horde of Chaos Worshippers that are more than likely going to fill that gap shortly.
Well, I
Depends
guess
on
so.
how quickly you want to run into the city, Luther.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean,
The Blood Knights are already inside.
Yeah, the Blood Knights have made it into the courtyard. You can't see you can't see where they're at exactly, but they've made it to the courtyard.
I guess so.
Braggadine.
So I have the militia forces with me, right? And Freak.
Yes.
The what are they called?
They're penal legionnaires.
The penal legionnaires, yeah, the penal
Yes,
legion.
penal legionnaires. You got a horde of them with you.
Mm-hmm.
You said there's grave dudes also.
Yeah, behind me.
Grave Guard are coming in.
Do we see those?
You would see them marching. Yes.
Do we basically need to push forward, or we're about to get pincered?
It's up to you guys what you're going to do. It looks like that the Grave Guard are moving in your direction. You're not sure what their intention are.
We have the chaos on the back foot though, right? Like we're pushing.
Yeah, it looks
forward.
like the horde is on the verge of breaking, like already. They're pretty messed up already. The Tomb King defenders are also not looking so well either, though.
I just wish Archon wasn't back there.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? We should push forward, or should I turn around and
sacrifice the legionnaires? Yes.
Confront the.
They're gonna die anyway. They're prisoners.
Well, I was hoping that I was gonna go myself.
Sacrifice them for the greater good. Just saying.
I was gonna try to fight Archon.
Well, is it possible?
1v1 Archon?
Oh God.
Yes,
is it possible that we could put the cultists and the giant in between us and Archon's forces?
Oh yeah, you could easily move past him. Nog has the giant preoccupied right now.
Okay. Well, then I guess we'll try to shunt our way.
Okay.
And try to put our forces, if we can, as best we can. I know it's easier said than done, but move our forces.
Oh yeah, you can move past them. Why don't you give me a command roll, Luther?
Boy. Let's see what my command is. What is that command?
I'll tell you what.
The leadership.
Yeah, leadership. You can either give it, or we can have Nazaro give it.
Nazaro.
Okay, yeah, Nazaro has a leadership of 70, so he's pretty good.
Nazaro.
I'll roll for him real fast. You got a 16?
You good?
Yep.
Good?
Yeah, after you give orders, like, push through, Nazaro. He's like, yes. All right, we are rallying. Move forward. Past the giant. Leave the man-eaters to deal with it. And as everybody gets their orders, they begin to move with haste, leaving the distractions they can, pushing literally into the horde right now. The horde's split right now, almost like the tides have been parted, trying to take this moment to move past them. As you move forward, you watch as the flamers, having dealt with the constructs, begin to turn in your direction. But it's your guys' turn. So we lead with... We will be leading with Lucien after we take our first break.